Good day to you all, Agnox here. Did you ever go into the treasure room and think to yourself, wow, that's a lot of cool fancy chests, besides this one because RobTop barely uploads event levels. But wow, there's over 624 of them. I wonder how long it would take me, a normal Joe from Southtown, to get all of these. Well, in today's video I'm gonna try to answer that question. And for that, we're gonna need to do a lot of math. So let's get into it. Okay, let's get to the nerd stuff, am I right? Anyway, we've got about 6 chest types in the game. Of course, we also have event chests, but as I said, you're not able to calculate that. Anyway, we've got 401 key chests, 105 key chests, 60 10 key chests, 24 25 key chests, 12 50 key chests, and 8 100 key chests. If we calculate it, then we need about 400 keys for the first one, 500 for the second category, 600 all the way between like 10 to 50. Like all of these categories require 600 independently, and then the last one obviously is just 8 times 100, you need 800 keys. Adding all of that up, we need about 3,500 keys. Now another important question that we need to answer is how do we even get those keys? And the answer is actually very simple, you can Google it yourself. You get 1 key for about 500 orbs. From here the math is also very simple, 500 times 3,500, you get about 1,750,000 orbs. That is a lot of orbs, I'm not gonna lie, that is a bunch of orbs, and to collect them it's gonna be quite difficult, because next of all, well, how do we even get these orbs? Obviously we could use daily chests, weekly chests, probably some other stuff, but let's just focus on levels. There are a different amount of orbs for each difficulty of a level. Here's a little chart that showcases all of them. As we can see, for auto you get about 0 orbs, for easy you get 50, and it goes all the way to 500 for literally any demon. It could be an easy demon, medium, or an extreme demon. You will always get 500 orbs from those. Now, doing some more calculations on how many completions of certain levels it would take, we can calculate, for example, that if you decided to go for this by only playing easy levels, you would need about 35,000 completions. There's only 806 rated easy levels. It is completely impossible. Here's math on like every single one of the difficulties and what it equals to. For the purposes of this video, we're only gonna focus on the demons, mostly because of one very specific reason. And that is, you can't really differentiate within the GD browser between 8-star levels and 9-star levels, and you know, those do give a different amount of orbs, so there's a little bit of like a, you know, it's just more difficult to calculate, and I don't want to get into that. Meanwhile, when it comes to just demon levels, as we can see, there's over 9,000 of them, and we only need 3,500 completions. Okay, we got that. So, the total amount of chests that we're gonna need to open is 604. Ignore the 20, because event chests count. We're gonna pick 2 demon difficulties for this actually. We're gonna pick the easy demons and medium demons. Now, the important thing when it comes to calculating the time is obviously taking into consideration the length of the levels. For this specific reason, we decided to get every single medium length easy demon, every single medium length medium demon, all of the long length easy demons, and some of the medium length medium demons, so you know, we have the whole number of 3,500 that we need. Now, when it comes to medium length demons, there's about 56 for the easy demons, 43 for the medium demons, 2,028 long easy demons, and 2,030 long medium demons. Now obviously we're gonna need to subtract some of those, because playing all of those would be going way overboard and we just get way more keys than we need. So we're actually only going to be playing 1,373 medium length medium demons. Now, if we look at the specifics, a medium length demon is somewhere between 30 to 60 seconds, meanwhile a long length demon is anywhere between 60 to 120 seconds. we're gonna take the averages, so we're gonna take 45 seconds out of this one, 90 seconds out of this one, and we're just gonna multiply them by the amount of levels that we need to complete. Okay, the calculations look something like this. 99 medium length easy and medium demons times 45 seconds plus 3401 times 90 seconds. Of course, these are also like a mix of easy and medium demons, mostly easy demons of course, but anyway. We get about 310,545 seconds, or about 86 hours, 15 minutes, and 45 seconds. You might be looking at that and think to yourself, wow, that's actually quite a low number. Does that mean that getting all of the keys in GD is not really that difficult? Well, wrong, because not only are these calculations, well, simply incorrect, I mean, maybe not incorrect, but they're not very accurate. In fact, the number could be lower or maybe even higher, but it assumes that you just play straight up, morning to noon to midnight, 24/7, 86 hours, 15 minutes, 45 seconds, you click on a level, play, and you beat it first try. No practice, no anything. So, in actuality, I have a little bit of a different answer for you. Here's what I decided to do for the calculations to make them a little bit more accurate. So basically, what we currently have is the lowest amount of time we need to actually put into the game to get all of the chests open. To get a little bit more of an accurate time, I decided to take an average of how many attempts it takes for me to beat an easy demon, and how long does it take for me to beat a medium demon. I then added those two average attempt counts, divided them by 2, and I got 125. So, it's gonna take me an average of 125 attempts per one of these demon levels. What do we do with this now? Well, there isn't a very accurate way to do this, and the way that I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be completely inaccurate, but we're just gonna multiply it by the amount of seconds that we got. This will result in us getting 38,818,125 seconds, or about 10,000 hours. Hey, still 45 seconds though, so that's pretty damn good. Now, is that the final answer that we can put up here? Of course not. I'd say the final answer will be somewhere between 4,000 to 6,000 hours. It really depends on your own skill level and the amount of time you put into it. Remember, your body has to sleep. You cannot go 86 hours just straight up grinding GD levels, and even if you did, you would still not be able to reach your goal. Wow, that was a lot of nerd stuff, but hey, we got that behind us. Now I can finally give you the answer. Well, I already gave it to you. 4,000 to 6,000 hours, I'd say, is the average for you to collect every single key that you need to open all of the chests. Of course, it might be even lower, because, you know, you might get it even faster, plus the calculation that I did with like times 125 is inaccurate because it assumes that you play the entirety of the level and like, I don't know, die right at the end of it. That's obviously not gonna happen, but what I think that we did get completely right, and well, not completely right, but pretty damn accurate, is the first time that we got 86 hours, 15 minutes, and 45 seconds. I think this is quite an accurate representation of what would be the fastest possible way for you to open every single chest. Oh, finally, I can close this book, I can close this chapter, and I can finally go do something else other than counting how many blue balls do I need to get the entire treasure room open. Jesus. Hey, thank you for watching the video, hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a sub and like if you liked it. Also, I'd like to clarify here, if any of you think that doing some of the other, maybe 9-star, 8 stars or whatever, would yield you better results, I've actually calculated the 9 stars and no. The answer that I got, 86 hours, would theoretically be the fastest possible time. Of course, it's not fully accurate, but I'd say this is the most accurate that I can get with my own mathematical skills. That's it. Alright. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.